AEC is not the furthest along in terms of AI ML adoption. And I'm deliberately adding ML to this acronym because I think in engineering software purposes, they are two different things. In fact, I think the ML part, as we've already begun to see in the EDA industry, which is the furthest along in adoption, is really where I think the growth and technical challenges will be best met. So on the first part of this slide here, where it's say making computing easy is hard to do, this is one of our mantras for years now, not just about this industry, and this is where agents come in. And so while we cannot measure the revenue impact thus far of agents, since they are so new, they do raise a lot of questions. For example, what is the right number of agents that a vendor should introduce? We've seen a number of vendors introduce multiple flavors of domain-specific or specialty agents, and so there's a question as to what the right number is or how far you want to go in terms of making those available. And as you increase the number of agents, then of course you have issues of orchestration and process management. Then my view is that agents within the overall context of ML is in effect a form of simulation. Maybe they're not solvers per se, but it is in effect a form of simulation. And therefore, what you need to have is good traceability and attribution of results, back to the software, back to the data that you're working with. And so this is something that I think we're going to need to see spoken of more by the vendors, as we do in simulation itself, which is traceability and the ability to manage the process. And then finally, again, if our premise is correct that this is a form of simulation, then the question for the customers is, when do you stop? That is to say, do you keep agenting, if that's a word, or when do you know that you've done enough agenting and continue on to the next steps of your design and engineering process? So for me, it'll be interesting in any case to see what the revenue impact is, and hopefully the companies will be nicely precise in disclosing this, but in any case, there are some very interesting technical and process implications or questions that they raise. And again, not just in AEC, but more broadly for our coverage.